On television, today, what goes off in the name of news is not news. I have no hesitation in saying that the news media today is in wrong hands. Empower people. This is a poor country and there is a hunger for knowledge. Let there be a takeaway from your every telecast or your every write up. I can decide as to my priority of news, my menu, not according to what people want or desire to see, but what people need to see. It is true that news channels have their agendas now. अगर आपको मौका मिला है कुछ करने का, you're lucky that you've got media space with you. This is not going to remain with you forever. Or every post on social media, let there be a takeaway which empowers me, because you're not here for long.
So
मीडिया
beautiful.
स्पेस ना मिलेगा दोबारा, ठीक है?
Thank you so much, Vinod Dua, sir. It's a privilege to have you with us. It's a real honor to have you talking to our viewers and listeners on India Podcast today.
It's my pleasure indeed. I'm very happy to be with you people.
So, being the first generation broadcaster, as we have known you, someone who has been not just veteran, it's been decades. I don't even want to count the number of years you have been associated with television journalism. It's from the beginning, as you have always said. What do you think has kept your interest for TV alive for so long?
I would like to clarify, first of all, that I'm essentially a broadcaster, a media person. I became a television journalist much later. In fact, I still don't consider myself as a journalist alone or journalist only. I have done programs ranging from NCC to Runa Lela, and from democracy to juvenile delinquency. So the range of my programming has been fairly eclectic. I got into this business of news analysis, not news reporting, and
Exactly. Yes. What
editorializing.
year?
Yeah, I would say from 1985 onwards. But prior to that, I had already put in 11 years of television. As I started young, I was a student, and there was a youth program on Delhi TV. So I did various kinds of programs in 85, 84 to be precise, when the general elections took place. I
Yes.
came to this political arena and analysis.
So how have you looked at, how will you define yourself, your journey? You will define yourself not as only a journalist, not as a broadcaster, as a TV show host, as a discourse conductor or a news analyst. How do we understand Vinod Dua today? Like you've tasted it all. So where do you find yourself?
Well, jack of all, maybe.
Yeah, that's how you,
And
yeah.
I've tried various genres, as I was telling you, and I've enjoyed them all. I've enjoyed my food programs as much as I enjoy my election analysis.
इस वक्त हम ग्रैंड ट्रंक रोड के मुरथल नाम के स्थान पर हैं जो दिल्ली से करीब 50 किलोमीटर दूर है। मुरथल अपने ढाबों के लिए बहुत मशहूर है। दिल्ली से और भी दूर दराज के इलाकों से लोग यहाँ पर पराठे खाने आते हैं। ये गुलशन का ढाबा है, बहुत मशहूर ढाबा है यहाँ का। करीब 50 साल से
I've done food programming also.
Yes,
So
Zaikada, we know
I'm
that.
not a stereotypical journalist who's only confined to the politicking part of political parties or political leaders. No, I position myself as a citizen who's aware and who's familiar with the various genre of television, and I position myself as someone who must articulate that is the viewer's rage or concern.
How are you looking at news today? आज इतना confusion है that especially with youngsters who are absorbing news, they really don't understand what is news. Are we watching news? Are we just watching a drama? Or are we just taking some content which is available on TV and there's no option? So what is news according to you?
See, the classical definition of news is NEWS, new, north, east, west, south, and whatever is new and more than one. Not one new, but more than one new. So news from north, east, west, south, information pouring in from there. That is news. That's a classical definition, I would say. Second is that it's not confined to politics alone. It pertains to sports also, music also, lifestyle, social issues, public affairs, and then the niche information, like your medical journals, sports, as I mentioned, sports and fine arts, classical arts, etc. So news is not confined only to politics, number one. Number two, it confines to all kinds of information pouring in from all four directions. And then when it comes to sifting it and disseminating it on through television or through newspapers, that's the job of an editor.
Yes.
All right. So how do you prioritize your news? That's where the maladies also creep in, and that's where good practices are also noticed. I always quote a book called Deciding What's News. There's a book called Deciding What's News. It's by CBS. CBS was one of the top broadcasters in the US. So the word deciding explains it all. That in the evening, when the news fall is almost complete, unless some natural calamity takes place or some assassination takes place or something which is not foreseen takes place. Otherwise, the news fall is usually complete by the evening, 7 o'clock or so. So then you sit down to decide, prioritize news. And CBS says, that book tells us, and other people also tell us, that political assassination attract the maximum eyeballs.
Okay.
Then natural calamities, number two. Then sex scandals, number three. Then financial scams, number four. After that, political happenings. And then that is how you keep coming down, and sports and entertainment come in the end.
Yes.
Now that's their prioritizing.
Yes.
I can decide as to my priority of news, my menu, not according to what people want or desire to see, but what people need to see. That means empowering the people with information, which is coming from all the directions. There's tremendous hunger for knowledge. Not all Indians are educated. They
Yes.
didn't have the advantage of an education. So they want to learn. They want to imbibe knowledge. So they always look for a takeaway after each bulletin. What is the takeaway? So I personally feel that news must empower, information must empower people.
Do you think in the current context, the priority has really played a very bizarre role? It's become TRP is equal to your priority. So how is this decision making going to be that easy for anyone? Because you're going to then give the information to the world, and that can create a lot of situation in life. I mean, that's what the youngsters are asking, that what is the priority of the news channels left? They're all doing similar things, back to back, following each other. And who decides the priority? Like,
See, today's news on television news channels especially, I'm not talking about social media or print media because I've never attempted print media.
yes,
On television, today, what goes off in the name of news is not news. Lesson to be learned from today's news is
Yes.
what news ought not to be. Today, I personally feel that economy, all right, is the biggest concern.
Okay.
Unemployment is the biggest concern. And then COVID is the biggest concern, the way it has been handled, right?
yes,
Then comes our relations with our neighbors. They're at a lowest of the low today, whether it's
Yes.
Pakistan, Nepal, China, even
Yes.
Bangladesh, Sri Lanka. So that is also important. And these are the priorities for me. But when I look at the news, I see Sushant Singh Rajput's suspicious death, or I see Kangana Ranaut, as if there's nothing important in this country.
the drug scandal.
Yeah, I mean, so these are just devices to deflect our attention. And number
Yes.
one. Number two, as you said, what do people want to see? If you are catering to the baser instincts of the viewers, you will definitely go in for this kind of stuff. I'm reminded, I often quote, in the 80s, there were a lot of mafia movies from Bollywood. And that time, late B.R. Chopra, who was a producer and director of many old movies, classics, he had said that the film industry has gone into wrong hands. I have no hesitation in saying that the news media today is in wrong hands. Till 5 years, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, we were the ones, editors, who were running news channels. Today, it's the owners who are running the news channels. And necessarily, they have their own interests at stake.
Vested interest. Yes.
Yes. So today, what you see is not news, but just to keep you busy. And news and entertainment, as you said right in the beginning, it began with a half-an-hour program on what is now called India Today, but it began on Doordarshan. It was
Yes.
called Aaj Tak. a
Yes.
half an hour program. It was a half an hour program, not a channel. And I remember the big hoarding of that program, half an hour program. Big hoarding had Madhuri Dixit with that famous jutting out, uh, well, her posterior, in a film called Hum Aapke Hain Kaun. And then we had
Okay.
Lali Yadav and we had P.V. Narasimha Rao. Huh? So all these politicians, actors, some all combined a mixed masala movie. That
Wow.
is how that was the beginning of the change of EDM,
Okay.
which has eventually culminated in what we call tabloid journalism on television.
Yes. So technology boom, supposedly to be good. We have digital space now, independent journalists coming out, and good content around also. But did technology boom also led to a disruption in the media world?
Any technological advance or any advance of any kind has to be welcomed. You cannot stop it.
Okay.
It depends how do you use it. There are
Yeah.
two sides to this coin. Liberty means responsibility.
Yes.
Earlier, the camera was the preserve of a few people only. It used to be an event in schools and colleges for a group photograph. That used to be an event with a photographer will come with a huge camera. All of us will stand. Sometimes it used to be taken in two parts also, and the photographer will go under a black hood. It used to be a big event. Today, you have cameras in every hand. So this is democratization of camera. All right. Now it's up to you. How do you use this particular device, which has empowered you so much? We have been handling mainstream media. This is my 46th year. We have been extremely careful as to what we say. But once it comes in the hands of people, they resort to uh, very low level, discourse.
Yes.
4 letter words, galiyan. I say my thing, whatever I feel is right, and there are
It is
enough
quite
people.
relevant.
I'm hated also. I'm liked also. So be it.
We see reporters, and I'm talking about the young reporters who get into the journalism profession, are doing fair job when it comes to doing the election coverage, or even when you saw the Hathras rape case, it became a complete political people life kind of a situation, mudslinging and making it more of a politically, misusing media to cover their particular interest. So was it always like that, or is this something which comes as a shock to you also, the way political reportage has spiraled out?
I'm not shocked. I'm definitely saddened. Hmm? Because when we started, this was not the scenario. I think much of the reason is because of availability of technology now, as you mentioned, technology. I remember earlier in 1989, there was a huge tragedy in Baroda, and some 200 plus people had died by after consuming illicit liquor. So
Yes.
we used to carry equipment from Delhi. Even equipment wasn't available all over India. So I sent one team to Baroda. I went to Bombay to interview Moraji Desai, who had
Okay.
introduced prohibition. So I
Hmm.
took a unit from Bombay. So we had to send equipment from Delhi. Today, there are bureaus, there are stringers. You
Yes.
shoot with your mobile camera. With so much of technology, competition has also increased. So poor
Yes.
reporters, poor as well as not so poor in the sense that they also forget their role. They are in a hurry. They are competing. Earlier, the politician will shudder and think twice before coming to our program. Today, our reporters have to run, sir, एक bite चाहिए. So that when they go back, their output editor is happy that, okay, एक bite मिल गई. So this is a very big difference which has taken place because of spread of technology, number one. The second part of your question was misuse. It is true that news channels have their agendas now. They have their agendas and they play according to that agendas. It's not for nothing that we call them Sarkari media or Darbari media or Godi media. All right. Number three, I would say, earlier, political reporting was confined to press conferences or meet the press. Today, it doesn't happen. Today, those people come to the studios or studio debates who have no effective power. People with true power who are to be held accountable, they don't come. They are not answerable. Our Prime Minister has not held even a single press conference so far. All right. So people have to be held accountable, which is not happening. So political reporters earlier used to be a one-to-one interview, all right, with equal, the level is equal. I'm not obsequious or subservient to. I'm an equal. I'm a citizen. I'm asking questions. Today it's. I mean, it's horrendous when I see a car chasing Deepika Padukone's car or
My God, yes.
what's her name? Riya Chakrabarti's car. Did you
Yes.
buy drugs? Did you buy? This is nothing but desperation. I blame the girl also or that reporter also who's
Yes.
doing it. And I have my sympathies and pity also for her that in order to survive in a jungle of, uh, full of so-called reporters, she also has to have her little bite somehow.
Which says that media has now come under scanner first time as we see journalists accusing each other on screen. Has this ever happened in the history where we see the anchors and the journalists come on screen and be like, now it is my turn, let me talk about you? What is your thought on the same?
First of all, there's an old saying, dog does not eat dog. There was a tacit understanding, tacit I would say, not written or signed. It was understood, tacitly understood that, okay, we won't talk about each other. You save me, I save you. But today, what has happened is in the name of media, the practitioners of media, which are honest and who are fearless, uh, even they are being looked at with suspicion. And it used to be a matter of respect that you are from media. Today, media persons are looked down upon. I'm not surprised if on television, anchor calling the other anchor that you have misused your position, access to the forum which you have. It is being judged badly. I'm not surprised at all.
So for very interesting, we have a caller with us. We have so many people writing to us. I will just take this first. It's Rishabh Gupta. He's a journalism mass comm student from IP University, and he is here to join us with a question. Rishabh, if you can join us on the screen.
Hi, Rishabh.
Good evening, sir. Hi, sir. Hi, sir. Sir, sir. It's just an honor, sir. You are like a celebrity to me, and it's my first time being in front of a celebrity.
You're not alone.
So, I'm not audible.
I like that.
You're not alone.
Oh, acha. So, sir, my question is, would it be fine if I make it in Hindi?
Sure, sure.
Please.
Sure. तो सर अब जो फाइट बैक मारा है बॉलीवुड ने भी सामने से केस कर दिया है फिर जिन जिन के ऊपर ये टॉक्सिक तरीके से जिन जिन के बारे में बात हुई थी सभी धीरे धीरे करके फाइट बैक मार रहे हैं आपको लगता है कि जिस तरीके से ये जो टॉक्सिक चैनल्स चल रहे थे इतने टाइम से उनको अपना तरीका चेंज करना पड़ेगा अब
देखिए सबसे बड़ी बात तो ये है कि उनको चोट जो पहुंचनी शुरू होगी और जो होनी शुरू हो गई है एक तो बजाज राजीव बजाज कंपनी जो है बजाज ऑटो they have decided not to give their ads to these channels. Parle G, they have also decided not to give their ads. That's where it hurts. I think more than anchors hitting back or other channels hitting back, what is more lethal for them is that their source of money should be dried up for spreading such hatred, for spewing such communal poison. This is not the job of a news channel, or this is not the job of any communicator. So I personally feel that, okay, it's very good. I'm very happy that they are being, I don't know about the Bollywood people hitting back, etc. Good if they're doing it, but they also have a record of keeping silent when they need to speak. And they perhaps don't realize there is a larger danger looming over the Bollywood. The media has been captured, all right, print media as well as news channels. They're already, looking at the social media. The center has told the Supreme Court to start thinking of ways to regulate social media. The Bollywood, earlier people from Bollywood who supported them, I'm talking about the present regime, I'm not missing words. They have proved to be damp squids like Anupam Kher and Vivek Oberoi and, what's his name? That Agnihotri. I mean, a few, they have proved to be, they've done their bit. So now they're aiming at complete control of Bollywood, so that they can impose their agenda, the kind of films they want, whether religious or historical, their notion of historical narrative, because films are viewed by crores of people and then they have a massive impact. So I wonder if Bollywood is aware of this particular looming danger on them. It's very well to fight back, that don't call us scum and drag, etc., druggies and all that. But that's too small a purpose to fight for. The bigger battle for Bollywood ahead is a virtual takeover of Bollywood by the powers that be.
We have Chetna Chauhan also joining us from IP University again, and she has a question with you as well.
Yeah, so yeah, I wanted to ask because I've been a huge fan of your daughter, and I think I've been following her for the longest time. I think she is the funniest person on internet.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, so when you follow her content or see her content in general, and I think her content also stands out on internet. What are your exact thoughts about her content?
See, what I'm really happy about, why should I say what I am? My wife and I, we have two daughters, all right? And when they were very small, we told them कि क्लास में फर्स्ट आना बुरी बात नहीं है, ठीक है? फर्स्ट नहीं आना भी बुरी बात नहीं है. Remain in top 10 and enjoy, ठीक है? And we just did, if necessary, we just did course correction here and there. We never imposed our value system or imposed our will on them, the do's and don'ts and discipline, etc. No. Their children are like, वो गीली मिट्टी होती है ना, जैसे जब उसके बर्तन बनते हैं तो बर्तन टूटते भी हैं, टेढ़े मेढ़े भी होंगे, फिर ठीक होंगे. That is what life is all about. Learning years are all about. You will question yourself, others will question you, you will correct your, if not correct, change your perception. So we left it to them. We were always there for the nourishment, physical security, all right, and opportunities for education. And whatever property we have, give them property so that if they have to marry, that's also their decision. They must marry for the right reasons. Okay, so there was a complete consensus. So what Malika does, I feel very happy that she has a mind of her own, number one. Number two, she's not a programmed product, thinking like others. Huh? So is the case with the elder sister. She comes from a different discipline altogether. She's a clinical psychologist. All right. And we never interfered in their upbringing. And Malika's mother, who's very...
That was not nice at all.
Say hello to the bacha.
Hi.
Not presentable at all. I've just finished one Insta live and I'm totally exhausted.
Wow. The whole family is into content business. I'm loving this.
My wife is a doctor and her sister is also a doctor. Go to YouTube and you will find they did a 1-hour session on, her sister is a breast cancer surgeon and my wife is into breast imaging. Both are doctors from Lady Hardinge Medical College. They did 1 hour of a session on breast cancer awareness. She has just finished it. So that's her mother, Malika's mother. That's Malika's dad, Bakul and Malika's dad. Bakul is the elder daughter. And we feel very proud and happy that they are living their life their way.
But did you ever learn from her content making that this is something new? I never learned in my time. Like, this is really a new thing. Is it new for you? The kind of content that Malika makes is it's very different. It's a different art altogether. Do you feel left out?
No, not at all. I'm all said and done. मैं उसका भी बाप हूँ. So, not at all. I feel happy that they have a unique streak of thinking.
Yes, very unique.
Yeah. So
coming to the last section is our fun question with you. We just quickly take your first fun choices. Which is your favorite subject? That you said you weigh political equal to your other shows like Food Zyka that you did. Which is your favorite subject if you had to choose today? If you have to anchor a show, what would it be?
People interest me a lot. Life interests me a lot.
Okay.
I wouldn't like to remain confined to what is called politics or what is today referred to as politics. I'm a people's person. I love mohallas. I'm confined to my home these days because of COVID. But otherwise, I love traveling, meeting people, going to the small bazaars, sitting with people, sharing a cup of tea, knowing them. Just learn as much as you can from life.
So which are your 2 favorite books that you want to recommend to us that you're recently reading or you catch on?
Why 2?
We want to, so that we can complete that. We
okay, 2 in English, 2 in Hindi. Okay?
Okay, please.
Done?
Yes.
2 books in English. One is Man and Superman by George Bernard Shaw, followed by Back to Methuselah.
Okay.
Again by George Bernard Shaw. 2 English books. Hindi books.
Yeah.
One is Aag Ka Darya.
Okay.
by Kurutulain Haider. She was one of our finest minds. We used to call her Annie Appa. Aag Ka Darya, Kurutulain Haider, that is one. Second is Raag Darbari by Srilal Shukl. That's
Unique
satire.
choices.
Bas.
Your favorite song?
My favorite song. जलते हैं जिसके लिए तेरी आंखों के दिए ढूंढ लाया हूँ वही गीत मैं तेरे लिए जलते हैं जिसके लिए। कॉलेज के ज़माने में इस गाने ने और थोड़ा से कम्युनिस्ट मैनिफेस्टो ने और थोड़ी सी पामिस्ट्री ने मेरी बहुत मदद की थी।
Already your show has been talking a lot about what you believe in, but what is your message for everybody today?
सीधा साधा मैसेज है, एक फिल्म आई थी जिंदगी ना मिलेगी दोबारा। मैं सिर्फ इतना कहूँगा कि मीडिया स्पेस हमेशा हर एक के साथ नहीं रहता। अगर आपको मौका मिला है कुछ करने का, you're lucky that you've got media space with you. This is not going to remain with you forever. Empower people. This is a poor country and there's a hunger for knowledge. Let there be a takeaway from your every telecast or your every write-up or your every post on social media. Let there be a takeaway which empowers people, because you're not here for long.
So
Media
beautiful.
space na milega dobara, theek hai? This is what
That's
I
a
would say.
message for life too. So thank you so much, Mr. Dua. Thank you, callers. Thank you, Chetna. Thank you, Rishabh, for joining in. It was a pleasure.
All
It's
right.
right, real pleasure. Thank you so much
It was
for
my
your time.
pleasure. Thank you very much. And thank you very much, Chetna and Rishabh.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you very much indeed.